But did people have comments about it?
And I'll just, let me go through those dates.
I don't have it.
Oh,
It was in an email.
I have a lot of picture.
Yeah.
it was in the.
Is that the one I sent you to
Yeah.
print? Ah, I could have gone and gotten it.
We have us meeting on November 21st, according to this schedule, and to report back on sort of our progress with design development, and as long as the idea of getting the consultants involved with measuring sustainability strategies, some kind of proposals about sustainability for the project.
And how we weigh the pros, cons, sort of options of each one, and we say, we've made an informed decision of why it's in or out.
Yeah, either like, it'll probably be a list more like, we think you should drop the idea of these things because they make no sense for these reasons.
Yes.
We think these ones are no-brainers. We're gonna do them anyway. They don't cost anything. And here are some that we think are probably a good idea, and they're gonna cost this much more, or we're not sure if they're gonna quite work, so we have to work on them a little bit more.
Could you produce that list?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
ultimately our work.
Yeah,
Let's,
we're good.
Yeah.
That would be
So
awesome.
that would be
this
like
one
an
here.
agenda item for
So
next
this is-
meeting. Agenda item for next meeting is we would sort of present those sort of findings from our design.
Yeah, and then we
team.
can just basically say yea or nay,
Exactly.
and just
I
go
got
through it.
more going here.
Yeah.
And then these are all sort of iterative process, like this step,
On
then they do this, and then it goes back, and then it goes
Yeah.
forth,
Yeah.
back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Same with this one. So they go
September
back and forth
29th.
once or
That's
twice on that
correct.
one.
Yeah. But it may be helpful from a schedule point of view, really just to say, you know, what I outlined in the email was a schedule that would get us to February Gate 3 approval in the big picture.
Yep.
But let's just focus on what's our next step, which is to do what you've outlined on the board, for us to come back on November 21st and give an update and a presentation on sustainability design.
I'm gonna prioritize like that. It's good, that is good. And of this stuff, I think this is the only one we really need to think about
Yeah, that one we may
for
actually
the
want,
first
we may want to like this
deliverable.
week, so that,
which
so
one?
that we can,
Oh,
it'll
okay.
inform the sustainability stuff, so the hours of operation.
Like, is it 7-day-a-week building?
Yes.
Is it
Yeah, it would be.
Is it open every night and until when, and what hours is it open? And
So there has been
That's
other,
that's gonna be mostly a rec function, I would think. And the,
What's on your meeting?
because the
Sure.
fitness studio will be
stuff.
I got one thing.
available, like open and available, so.
What
What has come out of the discussions
you.
before in prior projects was 6:30 AM until 10 PM.
Till 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.?
sometimes with,
But that,
With,
but then we'll need to extend it for theatrical and other performances.
Well, that would be the regular and then,
Oh,
Or sorry, 6 AM to 10 PM Monday to Thursday, 6 AM to 9 PM on Friday, 7 AM to 10 PM on Saturday, and 9 AM to 7 PM on Sunday.
are those the 3 program spaces,
well, that's,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
I sent you the list.
So that was 6 till 10?
6 to
6
10 PM on Monday to Thursday. Friday, they've got 6 to 9, I would actually argue to put that 6
6
to
to
10
I don't know,
myself.
do 6 to 10, just
6 to
for
11.
planning purposes?
Saturday, 7 to 10, and Sunday, 9 to 7.
9 Sunday,
Too early?
not early enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
No,
don't
way
think
too
that's
late
early
on
enough.
Saturday. Don't I go to the pool with Henry at like 8:30?
Take out that was at 5.
7:30?
It was 7, Saturday was 7.
Seven.
And Saturday was 7 AM to 10 PM.
Perfect.
Sunday, we have at 9, I mean, this is just from 2011.
That's out of one of those old reports
Yeah,
that you guys would have looked at.
How,
that Sean is
Okay.
looking
should we
at.
just
Oh,
use
yeah.
the same for that, and then anything beyond is an over?
it would, I think it's the same for that whole community use space.
Yeah.
And
But-
this
and
is,
then whatever
Later than 10 o'clock on
performances, yeah,
Saturday,
whatever
Sundays.
those
Yeah,
performances
Saturday,
would-
Sundays would be later. Right. probably till 11.
And so,
Oh, so
right,
BIM's gonna have separate, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
and
Then
so
we'll be
this,
inside that, eh?
so this one you said Saturday would go later than 10?
Probably.
So this one,
So
Saturday,
Friday and
11?
Saturday, say till 11?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think if the large
What
multipurpose
if
room
we
is
did-
open, there's no reason to close
then
the
why would you
weight
just
room.
do everything?
Right, you would do
It's
it.
building
just
up
do
for-
everything.
You would do everything.
it should be everything
And what
except
if-
for BIM.
And then I'm thinking, what about weddings? They would go.
That's a one-off though.
That's a
not
one-off,
sustainability
That's not
planning,
right.
that
Right.
And that would be an extra charge for the janitor and all that stuff.
Sure,
which we
yeah,
gotta figure
But
right.
out.
the performance space would maybe also be, it's not gonna be like an every weekend thing necessarily, maybe it is, but.
Not every, but, yeah. It's
Yeah.
probably
Sure.
every.
I think it's just,
Well, I
it's
mean,
like
if you're
schematic
talking
design,
rehearsing
it's high
and you're
level.
talking, it's
You're not
not-
gonna
yeah.
get these details.
Yeah, we're not gonna
of
hold you to
Yeah.
it necessarily.
Okay.
It's a basis for design.
So I'd say every weekend for that late night till 11.
Shauna, you may want to give a little bit of thought, more thought, to operationally how that works for your staff, getting into and out of the BIM offices when they're actually closed, and your staff's gonna be here.
They won't need, well, it'll be,
Card access,
yeah,
Right, how they do the oversight, or how
What
it's,
are the BIM hours?
potentially it's opened by a
Right.
custodian
Oh.
at 6 AM.
yeah,
It's not
Maybe.
staffed.
it's not staff. And in the evenings, you thought you wanted to have staff in the evening, though, right?
We would have staff in there, right now we have staff at 8 PM.
But you
Right.
can't lock off, I guess, this part, right? It's not.
But they would
Because
Well,
it's
very-
public.
we could.
So maybe
That's
Well,
let's
I
the-
thought we talked about
8 to 5.
the municipal
That's
office
nice.
being able to be
Be
locked
secured
off.
off.
Yes.
Yes, for
Right.
definitely for security
Right.
purposes,
Right.
that has to
I
be.
would understand.
So that's,
Ah.
but Shauna's, some of Shauna's staff need to have access to their office up until 8 o'clock at night. So we need to determine how we're gonna make that work.
Keypads.
So they may be on one of those front
But to
reception.
where,
Well,
It's over here.
do they get access to the whole office?
Or, I mean,
just to their
we were
own?
talking
Well,
about
we have
having
a
this,
corner office there too.
Yeah,
That's
there.
right, yeah.
but it may be that we want to be more specific about how BIM is open or closed, because this may wanna be its own office if
Discrete.
it needs to remain open.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe.
that's
Yeah,
where
it's
it
just-
From a
is.
security perspective, we may secure the
But that's-
And from an
We
energy
also have
perspective.
So
staff
that
on
too.
Saturday, we also have hours, staff hours.
That's right,
staff
yeah.
hours.
Right,
There you go.
yeah.
Easy.
That was
all
easy for you to
needs
do.
be- Did it come through?
So are we okay with those as a starting point?
I think that's a great framework for developing, because one of the tasks will be an energy sort of analysis of the building, and this is important for security and energy.
So we might as well just keep going with the room data sheets then.
Get that out of the way, got 20 minutes here.
Yeah, that's
Well, now,
Well, how do you guys do room data sheets? Maybe we should just talk about that process.
Typically,
Do you
we make them
develop-
up.
Do you make them blank
No,
and then distribute them?
no. I mean,
Oh,
we can do whatever you want, but typically, we'll do room data sheets and we'll make a
Assumptions.
pass on what we think the assumptions are for
Okay.
finishes
So
and
you'll do first
controls
blush.
and, yeah.
So you're gonna send us a first,
My dad is.
Yeah,
These
once
guys-
we
these guys
get
will-
down to it.
These guys will need those for their meeting.
So when will we have the first blush on room data sheets? Is that the 24th?
Well,
What have we promised?
there's an internal staff meeting that's coming up, and they probably needed for that.
No, we'll be just, what we're gonna be focusing on is doing our inventory and starting to think about what people need in their spaces. We won't have a final, decision made next Wednesday.
Yeah,
We're
I guess-
Your internal.
Gonna offer you sheets to hand out. to
Sure.
them, which
That
would be
give
awesome.
them
Because
the basis to go.
what actually
should I
would
just
be
go
helpful
check
is
or?
Yeah,
all of these rooms will be all numbered.
perfect.
And somebody will be like, oh, let's pretend this is my office, okay, so room data sheet has X, these pieces of equipment, and I need a operable window,
That
and
would be fantastic.
I need carpet.
And you could
And-
probably have that by a week.
Oh, windows and carpets?
But-
Windows and carpets?
No, just the
Yeah,
first
no.
blush, like it doesn't have to be completely
No,
filled
exactly.
out.
Yeah, no, a room data sheet has all sorts of information on it. It has information about the finishes,
It's an
Yeah.
8.5
the equipment,
8.5 by 11, small picture of the room.
yeah, the
Christine
dimensions of the
might have
room
shown
on
what
it.
She had for
Yeah.
hers. Remember
Right.
she showed, I thought she showed us.
It's just a more handy
It's-
way to
it's like
flip
a
through the building
framework.
as opposed to a big
Yeah.
floor plan.
That would be very
Is
helpful.
that 1 week away?
And when you say window, you mean a
Well, we-
window to the outside
We'll have
hall,
our-
not
we
to
have
the
our meeting
outside
next Wednesday,
outside.
but I can
Well,
schedule
for
another
this person, it might be to the outside,
Okay.
Yeah,
outside.
so.
Oh, I would
that's-
assume everybody
that's-
Because I think
along that outside wall
why I
would
bring
want
this
a
up for
window.
you is so that you get,
Well,
we're gonna
it's-
give you something to
That'd be
Start,
great.
I
yeah,
have to invent it.
start with the
I
room
mean, I'll
data
have
sheets
that
and
managed by-
confirm all those
But some of
assumptions.
them may want windows to the inside hall,
Sure, okay,
Yeah.
well, let's do it that way.
Yeah.
Within 2 weeks, we can have.
FF&E.
Sounds good.
Okay.
which gives the inside hall more light.
Okay, we gotta see how everybody's timeline is here if we're gonna carry on, because we got about 2 minutes and we have to head to the ferry if you wanna make that 4. Because it is 4 now, isn't it?
Yes,
It is.
We're on the winter schedule. Well, maybe the action items isn't anything to do with,
I just, very quickly, I'll take 30 seconds and talk about expandability. I mean, this is, I think, a real requirement that we have to nail this down. And we can probably do it without you guys at our next meeting, Sam, talk about the expandability.
Yep.
Because we've gotta get some space. There's a lot of demand out there.
Can I just suggest instead of expandability, we just call it the next phases?
yeah.
Well, that's, yeah,
Future
that's what I was saying
Future
until I got
phases.
cut down.
But I,
Still say swimming pool.
Phase 2,
Don't say
phase
swimming pool.
23. So that's all I have to say. And the only other thing that I would bring into that conversation is, like I said, we might have sold that piece of property over there. It's
well, it's
got a
gonna
long
get
way.
sold at some point.
But, that, the determination of what happens on that property might determine how we look at placement of this building. Now, the other thing is, if we've got, we've got maps here, but if we can move further to the south with this building, that might give us more space to the north. Because the only space we're gonna get out of this building is to the north, I would think.
Sorry, Gary, are you asking if we will move the existing building?
Move it, just move it over.
Plan moving?
I'm just throwing it out there, because if we can't get space outside of that lot too, then we gotta use more of the parameters of that, or that space that we've been given.
It will be to the detriment of the building to do it.
Yeah,
We cited,
We don't wanna get close to the road.
no,
okay, let's not do that.
No.
Let's work on
we
the
have
other end.
cited the building that way for a reason.
Underground parking, okay, we'll do it. And it's a huge consideration, we're gonna fight like hell for it, so I hope that, we can get it.
To get a little bit of additional land for this
Yes, well,
building.
quite a bit of land.
I think that what's key is we have the community lands committee meeting next Tuesday.
Yeah,
And it just will force council to look at that whole master planning of the whole area.
yeah,
And I think that's where we can get buy-in from other council members
Yeah.
to allocate land, is
Mhm.
through that process.
Correct.
Even if at the moment, when somebody raises a question, you can say, there's actually something happening. We're meeting about this, and we're gonna try to get more land, and that's gonna be for the future expansion, then at least there's an answer to
yeah.
the idea of future, as opposed to. not.
Yeah, and I think that's the point we want to bring forward, is that, we are preserving some land.
So Alison, the intent of the committee is to bring forward a resolution to council on the 23rd to proceed with master planning of that area.
Well, I'll just say deja vu again.
I know.
So, is there any room, because of the topography, to have a part, second floor underneath, if nothing else than unfinished for storage?
Or mechanical.
Where the mechanical
Yes.
is?
The mechanicals
Currently
are
in the
already
plan.
there.
Yeah.
But making it a little bit bigger so we could use it for storage and stuff that's only used, occasionally, so it doesn't need to be.
Potentially there will be some
Okay,
storage there.
okay.
That storage would be sort of quasi-dead storage, it's not gonna
That's
be
right.
easily
That's
accessible.
90% of our paper file.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if
That's
it's concrete and shelving
Yeah.
with rolling shelves in it,
Right, all
then that's,
yeah.
that
So,
saves a
yeah,
huge
there-
ton of space.
Yeah.
We're gonna by default, we will get
Stage
some
here.
space.
Yeah, I don't know which one it's gonna be.
With a raised floor for the grand piano, right?
Yeah,
Crane it up and down.
but that's a really good point, because that will take the pressure off a lot of our storage
Do
needs.
you
The
have one
other
to
part of
talk
that, well, the only other part of it was about outdoor spaces, and I don't know if that sounds like a design.
Well, I think we need a skateboard park out there, we need some things for kids to play on, but anyway, that's,
But those could be closer to the school and the area
Yeah,
where the
yeah.
bike park is and stuff like that. They don't have to necessarily.
Oh, so this is not a question about this
No.
design and what are we doing with the
It's
outdoor
more,
spaces?
it's more of the community center campus back at the
Because there is
campus
some
thing.
design development that will needs to occur to look at that. We're, you know, now that we know which way we're going with our multi-purpose room,
Yes,
there's an outdoor area off
Yeah.
the living room that we want to look at. Is it part of a cupboard, you know, so that
Should be.
people.
I don't think we're going, I would doubt very much if we go in that direction, I think we'd go north. That's just my thought.
In
Ask
terms
We've
of,
already,
I'm sorry, I'm
Or
sorry.
play area.
I'm sorry, but.
Oh, for the play area, yeah, I think the play area
Already
should be
spaces
visible
in.
from the, just a small, very small play area should be visible from the
Right.
living room.
The future expansion is to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need expansion to the north.
The
So,
expansion goes around.
Thank you, guys.
Four-
Thank you.
Sorry, I got a little rushed, I think we got through most of it. You have it, Kat?
No.
Okay.
So,
I will stay as
Oh,
long as
okay,
you want me
good.
to.
Excellent.
Do that.
Oh, good.
So how are you, did you guys bring wheels?
Yes,
Yes, we
we
have
have wheels,
go ahead, Kat.
wheels up.
Sam, how about you? Do you want to pull a pin or are you okay?
He wants to.
I
pull
can
us in.
stay.
No,
Is it-
it's up to you.
I mean, I think
We can
I'd like
also
to-
stay if there's more.
No,
I
I think we're okay to let you guys go.
Drew, you can stay.
I actually think the committee updates, because we've kind of covered a
I
lot
think
of
we've-
I think
that
so, I
in
think
the
so, yeah,
conversations that
absolutely.
we've already had.
I think
So
so.
what I think we need to do as an action item is schedule subcommittee updates as a separate meeting that's pulling those teams together and breaking down the details of what needs to happen and pulling together accurate breakdowns of brainstorming.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we largely did that yesterday, but didn't really commit it to paper because we
Well,
didn't
let's
have
get
any
your
time.
thoughts, get your thoughts there, then come in.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so
Okay.
Start massaging
Alright.
it digitally and putting a
So,
Gantt chart
go
together.
with them.
So the subcommittee updates is a meeting of the steering committee.
yes, that's what I'm thinking now. If we want to let Sam go and we're gonna have another meeting with
Well,
just,
everybody's
just,
on a subcommittee except for Melanie, so we might as well have it.
No, but I think,
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was just saying, because Sam and I talked about it earlier, that where we would have meetings, the finance committee and the operations committee, and maybe those are together.
Maybe we
I
could
think
merge
Sam-
those two
for the
committees.
first
We merge those at the
For
moment.
this phase, it
Yeah.
would be good because it's kind of integrated.
They are.
Absolutely.
To
And-
do
Good idea.
kind of what we started talking about all of it yesterday, just in-house, but bringing Sam in to pull out all the
And
tasks.
there's a certain lady over
and
there that's put us all together anyhow, so.
Yeah,
Right. Well, and then it's
But
just
we
to
should
create a
have that soon.
deliverable out of what your thoughts are.
Yeah.
And I can bring in I was gonna bring in Heather, who's been working in the background on this project, we haven't met yet.
oh,
She's
good.
been helping me with the finance piece. And.
Would everybody
Basic
be
Gantt
amenable
charts.
to just letting Sam go now and then we get together in a couple of weeks?
Or maybe
You bring in
next
Heather,
Next week,
or next week, whatever?
I think,
I'm
not Because very
I think we
confident.
need to meet every week
Yeah,
in
Yeah.
this space.
yeah.
Yeah,
And-
okay.
And I think we need to just set up those recurring meetings now, so they don't get lost in the calendar.
Yeah.
And we just meet every week, because we
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, even if we're just ticking off one little aspect of that,
Yeah,
you know, just chipping away at it one
Chipping
piece at
away.
a time.
and that I think will help us
Seem
develop a
like-
whole piece of this,
Yeah.
right?
That
Absolutely.
That's my
would really
goal.
help
Yeah.
with my stress level.
All right, if you wanna meet
My
next
goal-
week,
I
the
want
only day I
to-
can meet is
I want to do
Friday.
anything I can to help you, so you just let me know.
Thank you.
And that sounds great, and I'm here and I'm committed, but I also have to really face the fact that, I think I've spent 15 hours this week, on the community center, and this is addition to my full-time job
Yeah.
as well. So my board has also recognized that there needs to be, this is gonna get busier, not less busy as we're going forward. So I'm not sure it'll be me going forward all the time, I may have to ask somebody else to step in, certainly in terms of carrying out certain tasks and responsibilities. So just so you guys know that, I'm here now, but I'm not sure, how long I'll be able to commit to going forward on every single one of those things. I might have to just focus on one of them.
That's fine, and I think if we keep the
So we'll-
meetings,
we'll
keep
set
the
the
meeting
meeting
shorter,
next week.
Yeah.
Let's set up a phone
Yeah.
call.
It has to be next Friday.
keep the meeting shorter, and that way it doesn't seem quite as overwhelming.
Actually, I can help things.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah,
Maybe next
shorter would be
Friday.
better. Shorter's always better.
How about the Monday?
So we'll just we'll table those action items for the next time. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks,
So,
Sam.
Table those action
Bye.
items.
Thank you, Sam. Don't need a speeding ticket.
I won't.
You got a few minutes, because this is the ferry that brats have to walk off of.
Hey, I have breakfast.
Sorry, I've lived with my husband too long, that's what he calls them.
But does that sound reasonable, that we get together Well, not so much
It'd
you,
be good to make
Jordan.
a regular time, do you think?
Are we having a closed meeting?
No,
Okay, you
We're
mentioned
going to?
something.
Yeah,
yesterday.
no, I mean, Drew, I
this
think you
meeting
have
is
to-
adjourned.
No, that's fine.
This meeting is
I'm
adjourned.
happy to go.
yeah, we need to talk about it.
Yep.